Hi and welcome to a new Unreal Engine tutorial featuring Unreal Engine 5.7 and the augmented faces of ARCore. So as we see at the moment, the face tracking is actually working. I wasn't able to figure out how to spawn the face mesh with ARCore, but I'm pretty sure I will in the future. But I just wanted to show you how augmented reality and ARCore can be used in Unreal Engine 5.7, and it actually works. So for everyone who's interested in the basic setup, I already posted a tutorial on Unreal Engine 5.3, how you can get started with AR. And it's basically the same, but I want to make sure to show you where things changed, what is a little bit different now, and how the basic setup can also be checked on your side if something is going wrong. So first of all, the video is linked in the upper right corner and in the description box, and it's basically the same. But if we go to Edit and Project Settings, and we now add Vulkan, you see that the Vulkan checkbox is now checked because it's supported now and it works, as you saw before. If this box is not checked, the build will fail and you will not have access to the camera, at least in the newest versions of Android, and you will only see a gray, a black, or a white screen. So make sure that is checked. And the rest basically stays the same, especially for the input, for the default input, for setting up the maps and so on. And there's one big difference too. So if you want to create the session config, and you see that I named it ARCore session config, go right click. I still don't know how to pronounce it. Miscellaneous, go to data asset, and then go to ARCore session config. You will have to use that because only the ARCore session config does show you the additional options which can be found here, like the ARCore settings for camera facing, the augmented face mode. For setting up the face tracking, we'll have to choose the world alignment set to camera, the session type to face. You can switch off the plane detections, autofocus. If you want to switch it off, you can do it. There is no light estimation mode at the moment active, and so forth. That's basically everything. And here are the face AR setting. The tracking direction is face relative or mirrored. The face tracking update curves in geo. And you can even set the max number of tracked faces. And in the main level blueprint, you see that it's basically the same. I have a sphere here from my outliner, which will follow the face, and I will check for all AR geometries by class. I'm choosing Google ARCore Augmented Face here. Go through it in a for each loop, check the transform, location and rotation, and apply it to the sphere. There is actually a way to get the underlying mesh. I wasn't able to figure out how to get this mesh and render it, but we'll see if there will be a follow-up video for that. But at the moment it's working. And the setup is basically the same here, as you can see here. Hope that helps for getting your face tracked application started. If you know a way to get the mesh and to render it on the face with ARCore, please let me know in the comments. I already asked at the AR Developers Unreal Engine Discord. There wasn't a reply yet, but let's see when there is a reply and when I will post the follow-up video for this. But for a simple face tracking application, you can use that. And don't forget to always choose the Google ARCore Augmented Face here and the new ARCore session config here, which was created in the content browser here. And for the rest, check out the other video if you have problems setting up Unreal Engine 5.7. And I also had these problems too. There is actually a guide, the Advanced Android SDK Setup. Make sure to follow this to install the right version of Android Studio, in this case for Unreal Engine 5.7. Reboot your Windows computer multiple times as it's outlined here. Install the correct SDKs and make sure everything is set up correctly, that the environment variables are set correctly, and that everything is working. One thing I noticed recently while working with Unreal Engine is that there is actually a small hint if your Android build will work or not. If you go to Platforms, SDK Management, Android, and down here in the SDK management, make sure the versions for allowed SDK install and allowed auto SDK versions match. If there is a mismatch in these numbers, your Android build will very likely not work. So as you can see here, I have R27C on all three and my Android build works. Before it was R27C and in the installed version was another number and it didn't work building, so the build always crashed. So make sure that these three numbers match. If they do not match, again, refer to the advanced setup and troubleshooting guide on the Unreal Engine page. The link is in the description box. Make sure to like and subscribe for more content regarding Unreal Engine. Let me know in the comments. Shout out to my YouTube members. Thank you for supporting the channel. Big shout out to our Patreon supporters. Thank you too for supporting me. And there is a Ko-fi page if you want to support me there. And there is a GitHub sponsorship. Thank you to our GitHub sponsors helping the channel grow and creating content that will help you hopefully in the future. And that's it for now. Hope you had fun and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.